Hello friends, Pat here, and today we are unboxing this upgrade for me. Yes, my friends, I went out and bought a 4K ready camera. So Techman Pat YouTube channel is going 4K. I'm super excited. I want to get better shots, better quality video coming out to you guys so you can enjoy it, and especially the product shots. So, well, I'm gonna unbox this. This is gonna be the camera that I'm gonna use from now on. The Nikon one is gonna go on Gumtree, and off you go, obviously, to wrangle all the monetary and financial situations of this. But let's talk about this, and let's talk about why I chose this one, because there isn't actually much of a story why I chose it, but why I got helped. So first of all, this is the Panasonic Lumix G7, under $1,000, including your lens. And this was recommended by a good friend from New Zealand, Kwasnik, and yes, that's a Polish name, my friends. He is an amazing filmmaker, so I highly recommend you check out his channel. Just below, he makes amazing music videos for New Zealand bands and also films, so guys, check that out. He was my go-to person. He was the person who recommended this camera in particular for what I want to do and what I want to do on my budget. So guys, if you are going to be asking me questions about this camera, I'm not going to know much until I actually start using it. And I suppose other cameras that I've used in the past I've known a little bit about, but 4K is just something I haven't touched for over 2 years, and it's just becoming more affordable now. And this package right here was 749 Australian dollars from JB Hi-Fi. However, that was a price match to digital warehouse camera place that's over East Coast. So I'm in Perth, and there was free postage, same price, and JB was able to price match that, which is pretty darn amazing, because I found out that's actually below cost. So these guys really went out of the way to satisfy a customer. Damn, I couldn't say anything wrong about it. But I want to talk about the experience of buying this kind of setup, the DSLR camera, this is kind of almost my first time I actually had to buy something that's not a package, because this is actually separate and this is separate, but altogether it comes down to $749. When I bought that Nikon that I'm using now, it was actually a package. It was like, well, you get the camera and your first lens, and it's a pretty stock standard lens, but it'll do the job. Nowadays, there really isn't any package deals. I mean, there is, but they're not like fantastic, and they're usually with more expensive cameras, and then actually the more expensive cameras they don't even have because body only. I realized that when people buy DSLRs, you kind of buying a specialty item, and the person that's buying it already either has lenses or is upgrading the body, or basically is a professional. So when it's a package deal, as in everything's in the box, including the lens like the Nikon, that's probably for very much an amateur. This potentially is a professional setup where you get the body separately and stuff like that. So obviously Panasonic doesn't provide it in the box. So guys, let's start with this lens. This was also recommended by Piotr for me. However, there is another recommendation that's $400. This was only $199. So that lens will be in the next future upgrade. So I guess the point is that I'll be using this body for a while, but I will be changing out those lenses. And that is the reason why I didn't buy an actual video camera just yet, because I'm not ready for that. I need the ability to at least change out some lenses. So, I mean, a lens, right? What's so exciting about it? But I've never bought it separately. And so what we got some notations here. I'll try and fit it in the screen here, but that will change because I might even use that camera for a bit before I sell it on Gumtree. So what do we got? Ooh, we've got a little, what you would call it that? That would be, yeah. Don't get me wrong, I know a little bit about video and stuff, but the shade maybe for outside use so the light doesn't reflect off the lens. It actually might be useful to use inside, especially if I'm running lights off here. As you can see, it's a little bit oversaturated. Maybe the focus isn't right, and that's one of the problems why I'm going to this, and I'm going to talk about the features of this when I reach to it. But here's a little bit. Let's put it there. Let's put that back in the box here. Off we go. And here we are. Ooh, okay. It's actually quite heavy for a small lens. There we go. Very nice. So let's have a look at here. And it is a metal clip, which is really, really good. You might get the cheaper lenses that are actually plastic. And when you're using just one lens, it's fine. But when you're swapping them out constantly, you want a metal one at least there so it doesn't snap. It's known to snap. And there's that little it's a much smaller lens than that one. I don't know how it's gonna go. I hope it's okay. I hope I don't have to swap this out for a different lens. But we'll see what happens. So this lens, if I get the box, this is a 14 to 42, and that one there is a, what is it, 1855. So this should be, I think I'll have to zoom out a bit more or even stand back with the camera, but we'll see what happens when I actually try it out. So that's this 2 bits and pieces. So, okay, the exciting part, the Lumix G7. So the thing with this one, it's a 4K camera, so obviously the quality will be much better at 30 frames. So yes, this channel is going to drop down to 30. It's been at 1080, 60 frames because, well, it's been the ability of this camera to do it, but the quality hasn't been up to par. I don't believe so. Here's a bit of information and a CD. Now, I actually need the software for this because apparently this, actually most cameras who record will record in 4 GB files, and you need this software to export it so there's no issues between each file, because the files themselves will be able to be reconnected into one single file, but you need the software when you export it. Don't do it out of just drag and drop out of the actual folder in your camera when you plug it in. You can do that if you're not doing 4K. Anything above that will need to be stitched back together. And I have heard that if you are not using the software, there's going to be a missing frame between the 2 files. That's important, and the only reason that happens is because every single card you get is FAT32, which means they can only save up to 4 gigs of actual file per file until it has to swap to the next file. So we've got a little, what would you call that, strap? I'm probably not going to be using the strap, but you know, thank you very much. What do we got here? Ooh. Oh, that's the body straight away. Okay, well, look, let's just start with the little bits up here. Can I open it? Yes, okay. Now, look, it's going to be pretty darn simple. You're going to have a charger here somewhere. This is an empty box, which could have housed potentially a bonus lens. Okay. $600. Great. So here is a battery. How many? It's got a 1200 milliwatt amp battery. Doesn't sound too bad. Again, I'll be probably recording only 20-minute segments, so hopefully it'll be enough. Charging cable to the charger box. USB. Ooh, it's a different USB. That's interesting. And we've got the actual charger, which is awesome. So I might plug that in very soon, so I can come back and actually start using it. That's cool. I guess I have to point out, I have the one from Nikon, and that one actually plugs straight in onto the wall or the ground thing. But this one, you have to plug in and then have it sort of flopping around. Is it a pain? No, but you know, I don't know. I prefer just plugging it into a wall and then just having it there and not laying around. So, one more thing before I go into the body, and that is I'm going to read something off the box because it actually is important to another reason why this one was actually chosen from the conversations I had with my friend. One of the things it does, obviously it's 4K, that's a number one important part of it. Okay, it's not on the box, or maybe it is. Second thing is, and this is why it's going to make my life easier to make more videos quicker and obviously less hassle every time I set this up, and that is the fact that I can use my phone to get the focus right, get the framing right without having a TV over here. It's not a TV, it's a monitor, and without having to go back and forth. You might have seen my previous video where I was holding something up and running to the camera to try and get the focus right. This time I'm hoping I won't have to because of that app. It also has a little flip out screen, which I'll show you in a minute, that will kind of help with filming outside. I want to do my outside shots, and I've got a few plans with another friend of mine to get my other channel going, which is called State of the Beanstalk. Look it up, we've got a couple of good videos up there. Guys, here we go. Whew. It is small, it is light. I have held this in the store. But it is small and light and very impressive. So this is a screen that can pop out. It can also flip around, which is really, really cool. I personally like that, so I can have it here, and when I'm talking to the camera, I can actually see myself. So if I'm out of focus or I'm potentially out of frame, I can correct myself without looking weird going, ooh, 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 which you can see me doing that all the time. It's really hard. It is also a touch screen, which is good. Obviously, I don't know how much I'll use it, but once I get using it, I'll you know, obviously find out if it's any use. Got some flicky switches here, and I'll go into a depth review of this camera, hopefully very soon, hopefully before I even sell that, to sort of figure out what I'm doing and how it's done. But it is an extremely light camera, and I wonder if I can put that frame on. This is a mirrorless camera, so well, basically no mirror there. It's straight onto the actual CMOS sensor, and don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure it's a CMOS sensor. Oh, okay, now it's got a bit of weight to it. It's a little bit nicer. I can then obviously pop this out. Ooh, it's a very short throw, very short throw. It doesn't go out as much as my other one, so I'm really interested to see how that goes. Do you reckon there is battery in that? I bloody don't think so, but it could be. Okay, you gotta flick the switch there. All right, let's obviously if I can turn it on. Oh, it's got a bit of battery, so I can actually show you some things. There we go, look at that. So it seems to have a very good throw. If I zoom out, it's not particularly wide, it's very square. It's probably not as wide as that, but I'm guessing it's gonna, the memory card. I guess it's gonna have to also cut the top bits off, which is what usually happens. But so far it looks pretty darn cool. We got touch, we got everything. I move it around, you can see, and then you can flip it this way. And I'm kind of afraid of dropping off the, breaking off this bit here. But we'll see what happens. Now let's have a look. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to put the shielding back on here because I got to get used to this camera. But let's have a look at what other bits and pieces I can have here. So yeah, micro HDMI out. Perfect. I might still use it obviously for the fact that that's a big screen and that's small, far away. But if I'm closer to the camera, I might use it. We've got a remote, but this has a app so I can connect it to it hopefully. There's a mic thing. I have heard that's not the best, and obviously a little pop out for the flash, which I won't be using. This is going to be my video camera, and probably won't be needing to take pictures of it. The thing is, mobile phones have come along enough to do that casual catch a photograph of your kids doing something cute, or your dog or your cat. Nowadays you don't really necessarily need DSLRs for day-to-day stuff. So I mean, I'm pretty excited to see what this can do, what this actual, I suppose, camera can do for me. If it's actually gonna be better, if it's gonna be worse, man, I'll be pretty mad if it was worse. Guys, thank you very much for watching this unboxing. I know it's been long. I'm very excited about it. I'm very keen to get into it and play around with it. And I'll be doing that all week this week. And hopefully you'll see this video come out mid that week and can see maybe, I'll put some notes in the bottom. Guys, thank you very much. Thanks to Piotr. You've seen his link below. Highly appreciate his advice on buying this. And guys, I'll catch you later in another video.